EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Indianapolis Colts.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
Lawrence looking to pass on the first play.
And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And that'll bring up second down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now Lawrence.
They set up the screen to Chubb. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. There's another catch by the running back, Nick Chubb.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Oh, he shifts past him. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey.
He'll get this to about the 38.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Cousins. Incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing is Cousins. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
Have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now Lawrence to throw.
His throw incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
On first down, Lawrence.
That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Chubb with a first down carry as he'll get about 3 out of it. Make it 2nd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Lawrence. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a third down.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Inside handoff here to Ricard.
And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on third down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely do they reference watching the fullback, and he slipped through and picked up a first down.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Demario Davis there on the stop.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
He's got his man, it's Andrews. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 32-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth his salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield.
And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll run with Chubb. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now second and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Lawrence. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Devontae Adams from 4 yards out.
And the Chiefs are on the board first here this afternoon.
An out route there for the score, a quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands, knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Flashes another juke. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down. Perfect execution on that inside handoff, and then a little will, a little brute strength to move forward after the contact.
What do we call that now in today's NFL? Heck, in today's football? Contact balance, right? That's the buzzword, the phrase you hear. A back who can absorb contact, bounce off of it, and keep moving. Just what you said, brute strength, force of will.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
From the 35 on second down, Cousins. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Cousins to throw it.
Able to hit his target, Lamb. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Myers' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Well, a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25.
And now here comes Kansas City.
And the offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And that's on the guard, Wyatt Teller. And the Chiefs offense ready to go again. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
This offense so far on third down, they've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
No big surprise. Micah Parsons doing what he does so well, dropping him for a loss.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now on 2nd and 13, Lawrence. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
But Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
I like the thinking there because right after a sack, it can be a great time to call for a screen to your running back and use the eagerness of the defense against him. Able to gain some positive yards out of this one and make things a little bit easier for him on 3rd down.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Tucker's kick is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. This is McCaffrey on the give. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins.
That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
That is caught by Lamb.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 33 yards that time.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
McCaffrey will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Myers connects on the PAT, and we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Looking left side, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and the Colts pick it up. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
To throw again on second down. Cousins looking end zone, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Cousins.
That one thrown away from the pocket. And the officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew.
And out come the Chiefs now. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
Now Lawrence. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Lawrence will throw.
And that's complete to Adams. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 19. A big third down pickup of 20 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. From the 16, Lawrence. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Stephon Diggs in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game.
Let's go now, let's go.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And the Colts about to go on offense one final time in this first half. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach?
No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. First down, here's Cousins. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
What a quick start to the drive, but not for the team that really needed it. In only a few seconds, the opposing QB found himself on the turf, and the defense is celebrating 2nd and long.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins, that's to the right side, complete to Kittle. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, Cousins. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench, but this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence.
Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Nick Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence looking left side. Andrews with it complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
On third down, Lawrence.
Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He's had a very nice day throwing the football, and I think on this play, he's just trying to buy some time so he can make another big throw downfield. Unfortunately, couldn't connect on that one.
Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return.
The Colts getting another possession here on offense.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Cousins now. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
So the incomplete pass there, but the roughing the passer call bails them out.
Which means you have to stay on the field on defense longer because you've given the offense free snaps, not to mention the free yardage after that mistake.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. McCaffrey following the penalty. Gets around him. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
54 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play fake, Cousins. This one caught by Kittle.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
Cousins on 1st down. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Pass incomplete.
Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin.
That'll bring up 2nd down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. To throw, Cousins.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, but it'll be second and goal. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
CeeDee Lamb.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Colts have taken the lead here in this third quarter.
On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty...
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game.
Let's do it. Who's the down, dog?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Cousins.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And this is going to be a Colts first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 45-yard line. Here's Cousins. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Oh, able to avoid him. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Cousins.
Got an open man finding Jefferson.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 18. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing again on second down. Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive. To the air again, it's Cousins. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
Myers' kick is good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
What's the deal, y'all? Make plays, y'all. Make plays.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Lawrence. He's got his man. It's Andrews. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. It's taken to the 26. 13 yards the tally on the return there. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. They start on the ground with McCaffrey.
75 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Throwing, Cousins. Wide open receiver, complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He's got it. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a 1st down. They'll throw again. Cousins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Terry McLaurin, a 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Colts have taken a 4th-quarter lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
They begin this drive with Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
Meanwhile, Lawrence is thrown into the hands of Andrews. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. It's complete to Diggs. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Now Lawrence going to get his guys to go quickly. Lawrence.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Throwing now, Lawrence.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Nick Bosa in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Here's Lawrence.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence.
This is caught. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Tucker now for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Cousins to throw.
That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin.
And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready in the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. So the Chiefs now down by 7, and time a huge factor. And they've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10.
Back to throw, Lawrence.
He's got him in, complete. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
The receivers have been running them ragged, maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in the pass rush. Didn't get to him, and look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They've got a chance to take the lead.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. KC's offense ready to take over. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points. And now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return. You can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Now we'll see what Lawrence can do in overtime.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Here's Lawrence. Oh, and that's so close to being intercepted. That could have been a big turnover in overtime if he had held on. Instead, though, it is still 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's A.J. Cole now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. This being their 2nd opportunity in overtime, 3rd overall drive, see if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins.
And that is nearly intercepted. Oh, that would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, it's just second down.
Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here, a first down blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up, but in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Cousins.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Cousins now from the 50. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually, but first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen.
And the Chiefs are going to get him.
That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
Let's go, man.
They'll roll him out right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism.
And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And they take over, they'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Let's focus in
This is McCaffrey. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
They need to get this to the 24 on third down. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. Room here to run. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Hoosier State will celebrate tonight as the Colts have won it.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses,